Welcome to Hot Women Wanted.
We're three childhood best friends who have been through it all and talk about it all.
Everything from hot flashes to hot takes to hot topics. So come join us. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hot Woman Wanted podcast. I believe it's episode 4. Hooray.
Fabulous 4.
I'm Juli Cola, joined by my fellow hotties and co-hosts, Meredith Young and Julie Strauss Greeley. Hi, gals.
Hey, guys.
And as usual, we're going to check in with you with our temperature check, being midlife women in menopause. How are we feeling?
Hanging in there. I know I'm like a broken record. I feel like I say that every week, but I desperately feel like I'm hanging on for dear life these days.
I feel like, okay, one quick question about a menopause symptom that I wonder if you guys get too. But when I work out, my feet get very hot. Like when I take my sneakers off, you could feel the steam coming.
I wonder if you're retaining water weight in your feet.
Maybe. I don't know. Is that normal?
I do. No, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm an archer.
You're not a doctor. You only play one on TV. But that's my line. But I was going to say, when I was still getting a lot of hot flashes, they did start at my feet. And the thing that would relieve them right away, in addition to like a fan and like going crazy with all that, was taking my socks or my shoes off.
That's what I've been doing.
So I think that's definitely connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Oh, joy. Oh, joy.
Oh, joy.
Just one of the many treats about being 50-something-year-old women.
And in menopause, which two of us on this podcast are.
Yeah. Well, I was going to put myself in the hot seat right off the bat and just say I got my period yesterday. So I don't know if I'm technically in menopause.
You're technically not. And actually, I'm ready to sign you off.
But I'm in perimenopause. I'm in perimenopause.
Well, as I said earlier, and then there were 2.
Bye, Jules. Love you.
I was really running around Nashville looking for tampons.
I can't tell you how angry I am right now.
It is enough to really make my blood boil. And I already started out the episode by saying I'm barely hanging on. So certainly did not need to hear that update. But thanks.
But thank you.
That's my temperature check. All right, ladies. Let's move on. And let's move on. I for one time have a hot new beauty trend, and I think we're all using it.
Oh,
it's a product that is owned by a woman. Julie, correct me if I'm right when I tell you what it is. It's The Womaness is the brand. I believe the owner is a female.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I don't know if you're watching this, you can see it. If you don't have to see it, I'll just say what it is. The brand is called Womaness, and the product is called Let's Neck. It's this really cute name, but what it is, I know we keep on doing rollers. Julie's
can't get enough of them.
Hair body roller was a big hit last week. Everyone was loving it. By the way, this is not sponsored, but I love this brand. The brand is Womaness, and Let's Neck is a neck roller that when you open it up, you take the nozzle and you flip it around like this, and then you squeeze it, and all these wonderful serums for your neck and chest. I start from my chest and work all the way up to my neck right before I hit my face, and it's so soothing, and it really moisturizes that area that for us women of midlife really is an area that gets very old, and you don't want your décolletage. Is that correct?
Décolleté. I don't know. It's one of those words I never know how to pronounce.
Me either. But Anna, that's the sexy area, and we all know I happen to love a plunging neckline, and I need to keep that area. No one loves a plunging neckline more than me. And
by the way, Joel, I never did the turn thing. What's the turn? I use it.
Are you kidding me? Then you're not using it properly.
Well, no, that's what gets the serum out, Mare.
You have to
open it.
My serum's just out. Maybe I never turned it off.
Oh, you probably never turned it off.
Okay. Well, okay. If anyone's watching this, you turn it up like this, and then you squeeze it, and then all the serum comes up, and then you roll up. It's such a great product. Again, we are not sponsored at all.
I do like Womaness.
It's great.
You come right up to here. You go woof woof. Yeah. I start from the chest up, and then you roll up. It feels great, and then you turn it around and close it, and then you put the cap back on. And again, small. I was away for the weekend. I bring it with me wherever I go. I love this product.
It meets TSA's midlife.
It's a midlife wonder.
Standard. I do want to just say, because I found out about this brand, I went to a menopause event, actually, a menopause expo in New York, and this was a featured brand. And I believe, Julie, you're right. I can't say for sure that it is an all women owned company, but I use a few of their products. I started with that neck roller.
Great.
It's a fantastic eye serum that
Right.
also comes with like a little bit of a metal thing so that you're like rolling and pressing it into the skin. And they have a fantastic night cream that feels very emollient and great. And I use that a couple times a week. I love the brand. I think it is fantastic. Lots of fun.
I really do think it's woman owned. I think the woman's name is Michelle something. I can't think of the.
Would you
I
like
know
me to
it's-
Google?
Yes, Google
Womaness. 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 Which is
Again,
good.
we are not sponsored. We just love it. We're just fans.
By the way, I just want to tell you, Sid just told me that she listened to number 1 and 2 so far, and she was like, I cackled every time you said not sponsored. She's like, what do you think is listening to this podcast? It's your children.
Controlling products. My sister-in-law bought the what's it called? Therabody.
It's the Therabody face wand.
She said every time she said it, every time we said it, she was like,
We have to say it. By the way, and she
oh
also
yeah,
bought
it is women old. It is. It's Meet Sally and Michelle.
Sally and Michelle, 2 women. See,
They're
So it's a
adorable.
brand.
Yeah.
Let's support the women. Let's support the women. We're not, obviously, I'm sorry, Sid, but I'm going to say it, not sponsored. And this is a great product.
I agree. And I met them at this event and I just loved everything they had to say and why they developed it. And it's like, listen, look at all of us, all of these. I include ourselves in this group of 50-something women entrepreneurs starting in Act 3. I mean, good on all of us.
I have a second job.
I have to think when we were away together on a girls' trip, Julie whipped it out with one of her 30 products she brought for the weekend.
It was
we were sucked in.
Where was it? It was our last girls' trip.
I think we were in Austin.
I think we were in Austin visiting you, Mary.
We were at the Zaza Hotel, I think.
Was that our last girls' trip?
Yeah. No, well, the Hamptons, but that
the
wasn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, great product.
All right, that's our little beauty tip for the week. But we're moving on.
Good one. It's a good one. By the way, just before we close the segment, I literally was just in Milk and Honey, which is a spa here in Austin, very good spa.
We've been there with you.
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
And they had the TheraFace or whatever.
The Therabody wand.
Oh, and I almost bought it. I was this close. I was like,
it's great.
Why didn't you get it? Why didn't you get it?
I was going to get
it today.
I really was. I was so close. I'm going to go back and get it. I'm going to go back.
Use it today. Use the cold setting this morning to depuff my face, which God knows. I mean, I wish I had 40 minutes to depuff. Where the depuffing is a real process now. It's rough. But anyway, moving on.
Okay, we're moving on. Now, Mary, I'm going to let you take this. We're now of our little celebrity gossip section, which we didn't touch on last week, but I think it's a little juicy considering that Beverly Hills is coming up.
Well,
hot off the press, Mary. Want to take it away with Teddy Mellencamp?
Yes. I was shocked. So it's 2 teas in a pod. 2 teas in a pot. Tamra and Teddy, where they were talking about this, and Teddy kind of announced that she was having an affair with her.
No, did she actually say that on the air?
I think the media broke the story first.
The media broke the story, but then she addressed it on the 2 teas in a pod with Tamra.
I did not know that. So she actually talked about it? That's interesting.
She did.
Here's the part here's the part I found. I mean, listen, people happen, your marriage falls apart. I'm not condoning that. However, this is the part that I thought was disturbing about it. This man who she's having an affair with, which is, I guess, her horse trainer.
Yeah, right.
He was away for the weekend with Teddy Mellencamp while his wife was giving birth.
Giving birth.
I think that's terrible.
Giving birth.
And for her. I mean, if you're having an affair, whatever. But like to do it that weekend? I mean, can't you do it another weekend?
Giving birth to baby number 2.
I can't get over that. He's horrific. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm going to go into the hot seat for this, but horrific.
I don't even think that's a hot seat for you. I mean, it's not. That's a kind of moral compass. I mean, you know, there's having an affair.
Yeah. I thought the other, putting my little lawyer hat on too. Interestingly enough, Teddy, even though the story broke and it clearly was, I mean, I think she had to address it on her podcast, which is the right thing to do and the honest thing to do. And
I had no idea.
And as Julie said, no criticism, marriages end, but she very quickly filed for divorce, like immediately. And I think it's because she did not want him to be able to file because you have to select your reason for filing. And by her filing first, there's not a public document out there that says adultery against her. So it was really interesting that, this all came out against her, and yet she very, very quickly filed. And everything's going to get split. I mean, California is I forgot the legal term, but it's a community property state. So everything's
I
going to
love having a lawyer on this podcast.
a lawyer who hasn't practiced in 25 plus years.
You go out on a limb and say you know as much as Emily.
And I mean, Julie, look at you. You're our Emily Simpson.
You are.
Well, thanks, guys.
Putting you in a size 12 dress.
Thanks, guys.
And then telling you
No shaming, no body shaming here.
I have another quick hot off the press. If you,
I think I have to go.
I'm in the hot seat now.
Let's rewind for a second. We're like, come on, move on. You are in the hot seat. So think about your apology tour for next week.
ever since I introduced it, Cola can't seem to stay on. It's really kind of crazy.
Terrified.
I do want to say I've got two very quick things hot off the press that also came up in the media this week related to our reality TV shows, which, as we've said repeatedly, are a menopausal woman's best friend. Reality TV is, in addition to you guys, my BFF. But two things broke this week. Real Housewives of Miami, apparently they are filming their big cast trip. They go abroad, which thank God there's a franchise or two that actually leaves the country.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're in Spain somewhere, and apparently there was such an enormous fight that happened or is brewing that the only tidbit that came out in the press is that two former best friends who were very, very close on the show have now had a complete falling out to the point where they could not fly back on the same plane.
I think I know who it is.
Who?
Because they said it was over somebody's boyfriend.
Yes,
and
they did.
It's Lisa Hochstein who has a boyfriend, and she's best friends with Larsa. So
Okay.
I think it's
Well,
that.
as long as it's not Marisol and
Oh,
is it Marisol
Alexia.
and Alexia, I really would be super
And
sad.
Alexia, who I affectionately call Teresa Light. Teresa, the blonde Teresa. Teresa Judice with a wig.
But neither one of them, they're both, I mean, Alexia wouldn't have a boyfriend right now. She has an ex-husband who she's
That's
sort
true.
of
That's
still
true.
hanging
I'm
on.
just saying, like, they have a nice friendship. I would hate that. Like, breaks my heart when real true friends.
I think it's Lisa. I think it's going to be Lisa Hochstein and her weird boyfriend and Larsa, who doesn't have it.
I thought that was very interesting. Then my other little thing that I just want to throw out, Mary, I know you don't watch it. I hope you get on board if you've got time. Southern Charm, which Julie and I are super big fans of.
Oh, Mary, you don't watch Southern Charm?
There's a very, very annoying.
He can't even tell you how great it is. You're missing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're missing out.
Time. Who has time?
It's going to be
I've
phenomenal.
got time. I've got nothing. As I said, these are my best friends. Anyway, there's an annoying male character on the show. Who got a tremendous amount of like criticism and heat last year. I think he goes by, is it TJ or JT?
It's JT.
That's how unremarkable. Anyway, he is on again this season, and apparently he released this huge statement this week saying that he's no longer, they're midway through filming, and he is not going to be filming any more testimonials. He's not going to be partaking anymore in the filming, and he's stepping away to work on himself. It's like a whole thing. So now the little Southern Charm universe is like a Twitter, like, ooh, what happened, and who did he offend? And so listen, here's the good news, because winter is upon us. It's good to know we've got good stuff in the Bravo pipeline coming our way.
Oh, yeah. Mary, you like Summer House.
I love Summer House.
You like Paige.
What's
DeSorbo.
Oh, I
from
love
Summer
Paige.
House. Right, so Paige's boyfriend is Craig Conover.
Oh, so he's on
He's Southern Charm.
And so she comes on occasionally. He's one of the stars of Southern Charm.
Okay, I'll join. I'll join in the fun. I'm in.
I think you will love it.
It's twice. I'm there.
Yeah, no, it's a real good one.
I'll catch up.
Now, Mara, I'm not sure if you did your binging homework, because I did throw it in. Did you watch the because I know Strauss and I've seen it. The Martha Stewart. You didn't watch the Martha Stewart documentary?
I did not, and I really. Did you have to put me in the hot seat?
Sorry.
Well, I watched it on a plane back from LA.
Okay. Well, tell us everything, because I have not watched yet.
Okay. First of all, I thought it was fantastic.
Me too. Loved it.
Mara,
Can we wait till
watch it
next
tonight.
week?
You will love it. You will love it.
I can't wait, but can we wait till next week to discuss? And then, like, tell our viewers next week we're going to do a whole segment on Martha Stewart.
Absolutely.
All right.
We can do that. We're giving the people some homework already. Look at us.
We are. And actually, that was another piece of feedback from Sid. Sid did say, let us know what you're going to talk about so we can like watch along with you.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Martha
Have
Stewart.
we introduced Sid as one of your daughters, one of your 3 daughters?
No, we have not. I
Okay.
I have 3. Sid is my oldest. Alex, who I sometimes call Allie, is my middle, and Drew is my youngest. And I will mention them because they criticize me constantly. And so you will likely hear about it.
There are. I would venture to say that Sid is competing for number 1 fan, number 1 enemy of the pod at this moment. We're working on a knife's edge with Sid every week. We never know.
I'm paralyzed with fear from her comments. I'm like,
Yeah.
please don't
Yeah.
comment on the pod.
Anyway,
All right. Are we up to the next section?
I'm going to say right now, all right, my Martha Stewart section I was very excited about. I even printed out my notes, but I'm going to hold them up, Mara, because I really, it's that good. I want you to watch it.
I agree.
It's that good.
brain fog. I don't even remember you asking me.
Oh, really? Because not only did I ask you, it's on our doc, which no one looks at. We have a little group doc on Google Docs that we were supposed to review before we jump on this, but no one seems to look. I don't know why I do it. No one looks. Now, I feel like we're going to move on. And Jules, I'm going to let you lead this one to Survivor, but I felt like we did dip into Survivor every week, a little heavy. So I think we should go like a little lighter on Survivor this week, but like dig in because I feel like, and I'm going to let you take it away, Jules, Tribal Council was the show.
Well, I want to get to Tribal Council. Obviously, we're going to get to Tribal Council. I have to start with my routine line. Andy and Sue live to see another day on Fiji. And I was laughing to myself because sometimes when Survivor starts, I'm like puttering around and I hear like the music and I'm not really looking at the TV and I'm like listening to the bongo drums. And all of a sudden, for whatever reason, I was like set up this week to listen, ready to go. And like, I actually watched the opening and I was cracking up to myself that like there were people in that opening that I don't even remember hearing them open their mouths, seeing them on the island. And I know that John was the first one to limit. Like, do you guys remember somebody named TK on Survivor? He's in the opening credits. Who was he? When did he get off? What episode? I know it wasn't one. I'm not even kidding. I feel like they were punking me. Like they were like slotting photos and people's names, and then I was like, "Who's TK?" Like
I
anyway.
didn't think I remember TK.
Yeah, I wrote it down. TK.
Thing about our Survivor, when you get voted off early on, people forget about you right off the bat.
Oh,
And
no.
I have to tell you, I don't think it was the menopause talking. I mean, there were people in those opening credits that I was like, "Who is lady?"
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
listen, you hit the nail on the head, Cola. I mean, this week's episode, actually, I would say this is a theme for Survivor 47 where it's all about the tribals, right? I mean, the negotiations, the bargaining, it is absolute chaos. It is absolute chaos. And I found it even hard to watch because, little of my AD whatever brain, but I was like, Jeff is talking. Like,
Being a good student. That's you being such a kiss ass to the teacher.
By the way, can I just say, out of all the people in the world, you do not have ADHD.
I do
Yeah,
sometimes.
no,
Things
you
are
don't have all.
very distracting around me. Like people making noise at movies and
Julie,
things like that. It's very distracting.
you have a lot of things you do not have ADHD.
Not at all. No
Okay,
one pays attention
anyway,
to you.
I found it distracting. We don't have to label my psychosis. I found it distracting that like there was so much talking going on. Jeff was asking question after question. People were trying to answer. Their heads are on swivels. I will say though, and I'm going to stick with last week's commentary. I hate to say it, ladies. Again, horrible at the physical aspects of the game. Horrible at every challenge. He's a player. Andy is a player. He is.
I agree with you. This week, I agree with you. Yes,
He's a player.
he's
He
playing
is
it now.
negotiating.
He's playing it now.
He is-
His confidence is building.
Yeah, he's confident in building. I don't like him as a player. I don't want him to win. I'm sorry. Maybe
neither.
it's controversial. I absolutely
neither.
don't
I
want
don't
him.
either.
I'm not rooting for
neither.
him. I find him annoying. But I will say, I loved the Tribal Council. I get such a kick out of that. Like when it goes crazy and all chaos and everyone's
too.
whispering, I would like, get up, whisper. I'm like, I want people to move their seats. I don't care Jeff's talking. He doesn't care. It's part of the fun. Like it's part of the game. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, everything's changing right now.
I liked it too. I liked it
Now,
too.
I have one bizarre comment. Like, let me just grab my. Oh shit! I have it now. I didn't print it out, but I had a comment about one of the Who's the girl? She wears all the red stripes. Is it Genevieve?
Yeah, with
Yes.
the red blazer. Where's the
I've
Genevieve.
never
red
seen
blazer?
anybody with more
Jennifer.
red and white shirts. I was, and by the Tribal Council, she would got a new combination.
I
I'm
wrote that
like,
note.
here.
I wrote that note too. I was like, "Where's this like Barbara Bush red blazer? I've never seen it before. Have you never seen this like
No.
perfectly crisp red blazer?" I had that note. The other thing I want to say is, and I do have to say this, and maybe it's Andy's genius. I don't know. I mean, Kyle finally doesn't win immunity, and they
I
drag
know.
him out.
I can't. That was such a bad move. I want him. I love him. I don't want him voted off, but that was such
Like that
a bad
was
move.
such stupid gameplay. I don't
Yeah,
even
that was
get it.
really stupid.
Even he was like, "Oh my God,
Shocked.
Oh yeah,
they're
he couldn't
really
believe
not
it.
playing this game well."
Totally. He was absolutely shocked. And then the other thing I wanted to say was I could have used, and again, I'm always singing the praises of the editors. Editors, I love you. I got 2 negatives against you this week. One, the burp fest. That was
Oh.
disgusting.
Oh.
I did not. I
I
did
didn't
not
see it.
3 minutes of burping, and it really took Saul down in my eyes. And I love Saul.
love Saul.
Maybe it was time to fall out of love with Saul because
And number 2, all the
Saul.
shots of their disgusting, dirty feet in that balance challenge. The last,
the nails. I don't even think with feet. The dirty nails.
it
That
was so disgusting. There were so many.
God, I
There were
agree.
there were
That was
so many
gross.
close-ups of the disgusting, dirty feet. But I will say, our girl Sue, toenail polish still fully on. That gel is hanging on for dear life in Fiji. Her feet were fabulous.
And by the way, she's getting more ripped by the day.
She is. She looks fit. Well, listen,
She's fit.
she's fit.
Yeah, she is fit.
She's fit.
The other note I said is like slow and steady was Sue. Like I feel like she almost was doing this on purpose. Like I feel like she bowed out of a challenge. So like I think she was behaving in a way at the beginning was to purposely be under the radar to get to the merge.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden I'm like, wow, she's kind of good at that challenge. Wow, her duo was like in the finals. Sue had the really good idea to yell out the sizes of the things when they were trying to find the like.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, Sue is like cooking with gas. So
Yeah. I agree.
But they, I mean, they went far, but they didn't.
no, but they went far. It was impressive.
I will say,
Anyway.
I was sad to see Saul go, and I was
Me
surprised.
too.
I was surprised Rachel voted for him.
I know. Well, it's a cutthroat game.
I know, but he literally kept her in the game.
I know, but that's Survivor. You have to turn everybody to win the game. You have to play like that. You do.
That's true. That's true.
I thought it was good. I thought it was good gameplay that she did, but it was a little bit heartbreaking in the moment. And thank God, my least favorite Survivor, Caroline, didn't have a vote. I can't stand her. Can't stand her.
Really?
I find her
I always forget her name. I think she's forgettable.
so annoying. I find her to be very caustic and like, yeah, she's just annoying. She's got to, I mean, anybody would be smart to take her to the end because she's clearly not going to win. But like, I just find her annoying to be around.
I don't know. You'll never really know who's going to win. You really don't.
And the one thing I do want to
You're
say
not
is
gonna win.
the night cam. I have this written down too. You know the night camera that they use? There was like in the early scenes, the night that they go back, like Andy has like his hair pulled all the way back in his buff, and it's the night cam. His eyes are like this gigantic. I'm like, he looks like a supermodel.
oh my God, gorgeous! I said that to Dan.
I'm like, what's with this night? I need a night cam. I want to
know.
I want
I know.
I want to go through life. Can we get that cam on our podcast? Like, I need the Survivor night cam. He never
I want
looks
a night cam. He looks gorgeous in the night cam. Gorgeous.
I mean, he really does.
Yeah, he does.
He really does. But
He does.
anyway, we live. We'll see. I mean, it's heating up. It's good. It's as we say every week. It's worth the watch.
And then I'm like, are they running out of things for them to do? Did we need them to get carried off at the very end to win their vote back with Jenga? What was that challenge? I'm like, the card game with the stacking.
I liked it. I love
stretch.
Jenga. I love Jenga.
I liked a little something more.
But you know what? I don't think they could have asked them to do another physical challenge after the physical challenge that knocked them out because they're wasting away. And it's like they spent the whole morning doing a physical challenge. So I think they had to come up with something like Jenga or a puzzle or something where they're not moving around. I really don't think they could have taken it.
It was just another twist on a twist on a. I'm not sure.
No, I know.
And
And
I'm enjoying this whole season. I'm
Me too.
in. I love the tribal council.
Me too.
Agreed.
Excellent.
too.
All right. Should we move on?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should start with SLC.
It was amazing. Okay, I agree. Okay, good.
Okay. I'm terrified of Todd. That's all I'll say. I
Terrifying.
don't know what he thought he was signing up for, but drama is the name of the game in the Housewives franchise. And he like to say to people like, if there's any more of this, you're going home. That's the whole show. Like there is no show if they go home.
And according to Ronnie and Ben from Watch What Crappens, it's trending on Twitter right now. They're calling Todd the Todd Father because he's so
That's a great name. Well, what I wrote down in my notes is that I don't think he will. I don't know what. Maybe listen. I agree with you, Mary. Like I don't know what he thought he was signing up for, but this has now done irreparable damage to their marriage, to their relationship.
I agree.
I don't think he will ever forgive her for requesting that he go along with this so that she could have this in her life. He absolutely hates every single moment. He doesn't understand the concept of filming. Like his body language alone at the table, he's sitting with like his arms crossed while she's toasting to their marriage. He's got a mic on. It's like, Todd, you have a mic on. With the mic on, his friends of 10 years, Lisa and John Barlow, he goes to somebody else completely mic. They have a mediocre tequila.
they have a tequila company. Mediocre tequila.
Mediocre tequila company. I was like, you are my. I mean, the editors have been like, I mean, he is so miserable. But in all honesty, not jumping ahead, but when you look at the previews for next week, like he's furious. I mean, he hates this. He absolutely hates this.
No, it's really, really going to be hard on their marriage. I mean, we are, the cracks are showing.
I don't think they have a good marriage. I feel like he runs the show. She's in it for the money. I mean, it's a loveless marriage. I mean, I don't care. I mean, maybe when they first met, you know, she was enamored by him, but right now there's no love there. She couldn't even, when she went to toast him, that was the shittiest toast of all time.
I know.
It was so shitty. She had to go on her Instagram account.
I know.
And redo it.
Like the best father, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I will say though, I thought this episode was really the men acting like such assholes.
You know, I don't care enough about these men. I don't want to hear from, I barely want to hear from Angie K herself. Why is her husband, Sean or whatever his name, why is he getting all of these edits? Like, I don't care what Sean has to say. I really don't.
Neither do I.
Like, I don't want to hear from
and
Justin.
By the way, can I tell you something? I'll tell you who's not going home. Lisa Barlow. You can ask her 100 times. You can set up the plane. The woman is not leaving. She is there.
Oh, no, she was never. I knew she was never going to leave.
But and I do miss Heather. I really miss Heather being there.
I didn't really miss her this
I
episode.
don't miss Heather.
Can we just
in fact, I wrote that down. I actually, you know what, Mary, I'm glad you just said that because I wrote down not really missing Heather in this episode. So I was like, oof, that's not great for Heather. And also, I just want to say that, like we talked about last week, Lisa Barlow can't help herself. She cannot help herself. We know how close she was to being shipped off that island or shipped out of Palm Springs, wherever the hell they are. And she goes to the dinner or the meal, the lunch, whatever it is. And you could see she's like desperately trying to keep her mouth shut. And she can't help herself. She just can't. She is truly like a Tamara, like a Therese, like an Alexia. She cannot zip it. She just starts shit at the table.
And her husband's so scared of going home. Like, he doesn't want to go home. So he's like, listen, all you have to do is just pull Bronwyn aside and apologize. She's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Well, you know what she does? She waits till they're at the group lunch, incapable of pulling this woman aside, and then making a big announcement that she has no intention of apologizing.
No, the apology, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. It's like, this is not, it's like the Teresa Giudice apology tour. There's no apology in that. There's no apology in that.
Another rewind. You say Giudice and not Giudice?
Well, it's Judah. I say Giudice more, but I think it is Giudice. I don't know.
I don't think there's any way you pronounce anything.
She can't apologize. And John Barlow is trying to hang on to these episodes for dear life because, as we now know, they have a mediocre tequila company and they have nothing else going for them.
Wait, can we talk about Seth, Meredith's husband, wearing a Meredith Marks baseball cap?
No, it wasn't Meredith. Worse, it wasn't Meredith Marks. It was a Brooks Marks hat. Even worse.
Oh, wow.
Who she repeatedly calls my child. I'm like, he's an adult. He's an adult. He's also my child.
Together.
He's an adult.
With Seth.
And then what was with him going, bitch?
Biatch.
I was like, what is going on here?
No.
I'm right in front of grouchy Todd. I'm like, I can't watch that.
I know. I was like, I literally was like, oh my God, the table is getting flipped with that biatch, but it didn't. It seriously didn't. No, the worst part about the whole thing was just like, you know, I mean, Todd is clearly so angry. It's simmering right under the surface. He is, I mean, he makes Tom Girardi look like a walk in the park.
Uh,
He makes Tom looking at Erica going, I'm talking, Erica. When he was like, we are not discussing it, done. And then she starts to speak again and goes, done. Like, it is like, ooh.
When they brought up her daughter, he was like, we're not talking about this.
By the way, going back to Seth, I think he did the bitch thing because it was about his son. Like, I think he was really pissed and didn't really know how to address it. But
Except Meredith Marks did start the rumor about Andy's husband being gay. She did. And it became a meme. Let's talk about the husband. She did. She started the rumor. And then she switched it and said, well, I would never do that. My son's gay. That was using her son.
I get it. But
do that,
it's not fair to do that. But to him, it's his kid.
And but also, he's openly gay. He didn't out him. He's an openly gay man. His son's an openly gay man.
And also, I just want to jump on. And again, I don't want to give Sean any more light than like any light. I mean, stick him back in the corner. I don't care about Sean. But since this came up on this episode, what he said was also true. He also didn't initiate it on that podcast that they're all referring to. He was asked a question. He did not initiate one comment about Meredith or Brooks. So, like, honestly, she's full of shit. I listen, guys, I said it 2 episodes ago. Where is Meredith? Like, I don't know. There's no there. She feels very distracted to me this season.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is if there really are marital problems going on and she is legitimately distracted. Yeah. I don't know if she's just doing this to cash a paycheck and like clock in whatever hours she has to be there and then clock out. I think this is like grasping for story. I really do. I don't think there's anything there.
I agree too.
But I find him, I really can't stand Seth. I think he's like an idiot. They have zero chemistry. He's so strange and immature. Oh, okay. Mary is telling us we need to move on.
I think we've said everything. Oh, wait, hold on. You're right, Mary, but we just got to throw it out there. I'm sorry. The fit that Lisa Barlow at the end.
That's why I love her.
Yeah.
With the airplane flying. Yeah. It's like a 20-row airplane. It's like, Mary, it's like flying Aspen Airways out to like Vail.
No difference.
It's 40 minutes in the air. There's probably a curtain between first class and Lisa's seat. There is no first class. Like, there's no food service on this plane. Like, what's she talking about?
I know.
And then
I know.
20 minutes earlier, she's like, I can't wait to go home and see our son. And then she's like, we are not flying coach. Let's fly to LA. And then from LA, we'll catch another flight. He's like, so you want to make it longer for us to get home?
I know. She's
John,
like, only fly first class.
John Barlow, I'm praying for you, John Barlow. He is like a saint.
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, let's move on.
Okay. All right. So next is now Real Housewives of the OC reunion part 2, which I thought was exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Started off with a bang.
Yeah.
And part 2 was.
Yeah.
What did we think? What did we think?
Alexis is just.
I'm not going to find my notes here. I mean,
Shannon had some good lines. I have to say,
did. Very good one-liners.
Yep. I don't know if somebody wrote those for Shannon. My guess is yes. But like, I don't care. I'm here for it.
She was prepared.
I'm going to guess Jeff Lewis wrote that for her.
Exactly. There's the door, Shannon. The door.
Like, how long did you practice that line?
Oh my God, I love the idea that Jeff Lewis wrote that for her.
I know. And then the line at the end, oh yeah, you're a TV star. It was fabulous. And Shannon doesn't usually, I mean, not that Shannon can't be funny, because she can. And when she's like zany and wacky and like in a good space, she's clearly funny. But those were like fantastic. And Alexis is, I mean, first of all, I have to comment on Alexis's hairdo and Tamara's hairdo, which was the exact same, which they recognized when Tamara went into the trailer. She's like, oh my God. And that hairdo, we are in 2025 almost. What was that hairdo? It was like, I'm going to really date myself. Like, you guys are going to know what I'm talking about. Now everyone's going to really know I'm my age. Like, it was like an Alexis Carrington hair, like updo with the hair framing the face. It's like, who is doing their hair in the OC? It is horrible.
It is. I agree.
Horrible.
For me, the most engaging part was the Alexis and Shannon part. I actually thought Shannon came out really strong. I was so happy that she came out so strong. Alexis is just such a nobody, and she kind of fed it right to her and was like,
oh, and Andy Cohen was feeding Shannon lines. he was mumbling under his breath. He's like, "Don't say that if that's going to get
Well,
you."
he
in legal
wasn't
trouble."
feeding her lines. He was
He was
telling
helping
her,
her out. I'm saying
yeah,
helping her out, helping her out. And
yes, yes. He was like, don't get into a lawsuit.
He was like, "Don't say it if you." And she was like, "I won that case." And he was like, "Oh, okay."
And I know
I can say what I want. I won the Gimbalino thing. Like
her too.
it's just awful. And the editors, again, doing the Lord's work. Like when she was like, "I would have never brought up the tapes. I didn't bring up the tapes." And then they cut to all the editing of like 5 seconds in every, well, there are tapes. She brought them up. Like she's so desperate. She's so desperate to be there. So she's so, what do the kids say? Thirsty. It's like, I can't take her.
Yeah.
I really can't take her.
I agree.
And I wonder what they're going to do with her. Do they get rid of her for next year? Do they hang? I don't know. I
don't think, I think they're going to get rid. I think she's going to be done. And I think Katie's going to be one and done.
Yeah, I agree. Katie really didn't hit the mark.
But I have to say,
I like Katie.
I liked Katie, but I have to say, some very interesting things came up this round. And not to open this back up like fully, but like I know, Julie, you were really upset about them bringing up the daughter and like kids should be off limits. What came out in this episode too, it was very interesting. That 20-year-old, she's not a child, has been going all over social media and TikTok and creating videos about all these women and calling them out, saying really, like,
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They kind of mentioned that.
She has the TikTok, you guys are all fake ass bitches who suck dick.
Oh
You're
my
all
God.
lying bitches.
Yeah,
You're
they
all
did,
mean
they did.
bitches.
She
honestly,
was very upset about her daughter too. She was like, I do not condone what she's doing.
well, but also she's the parent. Like on, that phone that you're making TikToks on, her mother pays the bill. So you can't control it. Take the phone away.
Yeah.
Parenting 101. Sorry.
Well, also,
it is a problem. Let me just say, it doesn't mean I agree still that last week was overkill, but there's something with that particular, this child, either she wants to be on the show, she wants to make a name for herself, she wants to be famous. She's had a lot of stuff, a lot of obviously bad stuff with her biological father. It could be all kinds of issues, but it could be attention seeking, who knows? But she started all of this, and that's what Emily,
Well, I have to say, Tamara's son, who's no longer, she doesn't talk about it, but he did the same thing, even worse.
Yeah.
So, they all do.
And they gave her shit at the time too. Like, listen, I have to say,
what? You can't control, because you couldn't control him because he was older.
Right.
So it's the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
I like her. I think she's smart. I think she's cool. I like her. I'd like to see her come back. I would.
My prediction is she's not coming back.
I agree that she's not coming back, and I do like her too. But she also is not a truth teller. Like she really
Who's a truth teller on that show? Tell me who's the truth teller. I'm dying to know.
Her untruths seem.
I think Gina's a truth teller. I think Emily's a truth teller.
Emily's not a truth teller. Give me a break.
I think Tamara's a truth
Emily
teller.
is.
Emily's not a truth. Tamara's not a truth teller. She's a big liar. Tamara's definitely not a truth teller. All
right.
more thing. But is there anything else we want to talk about for that?
I don't think.
I want to say one funny comment again from Watch What Crappens. They said every time Heather talks, she becomes the mother from Coraline with the button eyes.
She does. I kept saying.
Well, the one moment I did really, really like as a mother of two queer children myself is when Tamara and Alexis had that moment of like, we've really supported each other.
Heather and Alexis.
Yes. Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Tamara.
That's not going to go over well. Wrong with my brain. Brain fog. Anyway.
Take that creatine.
Heather and Alexis, I really did like that. And it is nice to have somebody who's able to kind of like share that with you. And I actually thought that was a pretty authentic moment.
I think that's the most redeemable thing about Heather Dubrow is the parent, the mother that she seems to be. But I truly think that's the only redemptive thing about Heather. Other than that,
I think Heather's unbearable. I mean, she's a great mom, but other than that, I can't stand her. But she's great TV. I want her on my TV, but I find her unbearable.
Yeah.
I
don't know what we're getting in episode 3 of the reunion. Did we get a preview at the end? I don't think so.
No, but it's going to be a bore because I just feel like we peaked. The first episode was it.
Yeah, it was it.
I mean, how much more can we see if, the Tamara and, it's not enough.
I agree.
I think we should quickly go through our next few segments.
I think should we start closing, Mara, with our hot takes?
Yeah.
Or is it too early? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I think we should move on to our hot takes. Who was a great hot take this week?
I did.
I don't have a great one.
I have one. I don't know. We'll see if it's great or not.
Okay.
So I did have my yearly annual this year with my gynecologist who I've been seeing for like 20 years, who's like the coolest woman ever. And she's just so frank and amazing. And she really she's kind of going through it now too. I think she's probably in perimenopause. I don't know her exact age, which is kind of unfair because she knows mine. But anyway, and she was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It sucks. If this were men's penises shriveling off, we would have an answer. But lo and behold, it's not. And we don't. So she did say to me, she gave me a few supplements. She was like, try creatine. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we're going to continue to try. But she was like, I don't know. As a gynecologist, I'm telling you, I don't really know.
What about the HRT?
She got me on HRT, which to our viewers, I could not get on HRT. My insurance would not cover it. It was $1,000 a month. So I have not been able to get on it. But she did sign me up with my HRT. So for anybody who's looking for another solution for HRT that had my situation where you can't get it through insurance, my HRT is a really good. You have to sign up. It's $99 for the year. But then the drugs are so cheap. And they just prescribe through there, and it's a great alternative if you can't get it through your insurance.
Well, that's a great thing to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's my hot take. There's my hot take.
All right, Jules, what's your hot take?
You go.
All right. Well, my hot take is I think it's going to put me in the hot seat.
Oh God.
I know, but I'm not going to name names with doctors, but I'm really tired. I follow all these Instagram menopause doctors. And
Time to start not following them, maybe.
I follow a lot of them, and I love following them because you do get information. But what I don't like is a lot of them are shilling products, and I find it in my mind it seems really weird, or it's not. It's not ethical. But I'm like, you're shoving your own products on it with their name on it, and then it feels very shilly. And I'm kind of like, do you really need that? Or are you just looking for a buck?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's a good point.
It's annoying me because it's really every time it used to be like, oh, you need A, B, and C, and you can get it anywhere, and this is what's good for you, and I love the information. And now it's like, you need A, B, and C, and I sell it, and here's the link, and da 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 da, and it just for me, it's kind of like,
they're figuring out how to monetize all of this, right? Because it's a lot of this stuff it shouldn't be. Every medical student should have been taught about menopause. We should have been talking about this for decades. They weren't. They're just catching up. But now it's also about monetizing it. But you're right. It does feel kind of like commercial.
It does.
It feels silly. And
I'm gonna cop to something that I know you guys are gonna really make fun of me about, and I'm here for it. I'm kind of obsessing over the weighted vest, and I don't have.
You're gonna say that.
I knew it. I knew it. I called it out. I called it out last week. I said, Mary, I'm guarantee you either have one already or you're going to get one.
I do not have one, and I have not stopped thinking about it since last week.
Oh my God, get it. So why don't you get it, and then you'll do a review.
I might have to.
And you can walk your dog in it.
Yeah, I can do a lot.
Well, you can walk your dog in it.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. All right. So my hot take is the frustration that I feel about being in the in-between. And what I mean by that is, and everybody will know, I referenced this, I think with, the first episode about being called ma'am repeatedly. So clearly what I'm putting out into the universe is ma'am worthy. I look a certain way. I look a certain age. I am ma'am to everybody now. Beyond devastating. But then I somehow get on an airplane. I'm flying back from LAX on Monday of this week. You guys are going to be shocked. I was in a carry-on suitcase.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Carry-on suitcase.
Wait, I need more information. How
I did it
with all your products?
All my products. I have travel size of everything. I know.
Well, this is another day because
this is a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
I'm just going to drop a clue here for the listeners, which is, how I did it. Compression.
Pack. I have no.
Whatever. The zipper things that. Anyway.
Packing
Clearly I'm elderly to everybody, except when my ass gets on an airplane and I have cockily packed my carry-on suitcase. I was flying back alone because Todd had a business trip, so he flew ahead of me. And I am, if I tell you, desperately trying to lift this carry-on over my head. And in my head, I'm like, surely someone can help me in 1 second. I'm just going to hold this here as long as I can. Any second now, someone's going to help me. I was like shaking, quaking as if I was lifting a boulder. And then the second thing through my head was like, okay, so I'm man when it comes to my coffee and every fucking thing else, but I'm not man when I clearly, visibly am about to be crushed by my carry-on. And number two, the other thing that killed me was I have been killing myself lifting weights. You could talk
You
about
do.
menopause. I mean,
Yeah.
killing myself lifting weights. If I tell you I have like incorporated a whole weight program, I could not get this carry-on above my collarbone. It was like huffing and puffing. And let me end here by saying, you know, who helped me finally? Another middle-aged woman.
Really?
There you go.
Sister solidarity. She
Oh,
took
my
one
God.
side, I took the other, and we hoisted this thing up. It was like I couldn't take it. So I'm like, oh, I fucking live in the in-between now. A
That-
man, but yet I can get my own carry-on? I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh my
So,
God.
frustrating on many levels.
Well, I'm impressed you brought a carry-on.
I know. I couldn't wait to tell you guys. I did it. This is the
Impressive.
second time I've done it for LA. Second time.
Very impressive.
Oh no, Mary, that's a fate.
Back.
Yeah,
It's back.
you
It keeps doing it. It keeps doing it.
All right, we have to go. We have to wrap it up, ladies. This
Okay.
was a great
I
episode.
love you. I'll see
love
you.
you.
I'll see you on
Yes, Mary's coming to New York.
Yes, we have our Halloween Wanted dinner this week.
We have
Yeah.
our Halloween
Look
Wanted
forward
live
to
and
that.
in person.
Yes.
Love it.
I love you,
I love it.
ladies.
Love
it.
you,
Stay
honey.
hot.
Stay cool, everybody.
Stay cool. I love you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you.